Hi, everyone, and welcome to the latest episode of the Tiny Brains podcast. I am Kevin Joyce, the CEO of Tiny Brains, and with me I have Peter Graham, the Brigadier of Brains. Say hello, Peter.
Hello, Peter.
So, as always, we're going to go through the top picks of the biggest XR news stories from the previous week. We're going to dive straight in and start off with Sandbox VR. Now, for anyone who doesn't know, Sandbox VR are a out of home, a VR arcade, a VR location. Mostly, they offer free roaming VR experiences, and it looks like that's been pretty successful for them, and they're about to expand.
Exactly. They've entered a new partnership with the Apparel Group, which is they're a big retail consortium. They have like 2,200 stores across 14 odd countries. But a lot of those are in Middle East, Southeast Asia, Pakistan, Egypt, where Sandbox VR isn't. Sandbox VR is mainly in the US, quite predominantly in the US, and then with some European locations. So the new partnership will mean that Sandbox VR, well, the initial agreement is for 25 new locations with Apparel Group in their stores by 25 by the end of 2028. So,
Which is fantastic. Congratulations, Sandbox VR. I'm sure everybody there is very happy with this news.
well,
Well, yeah. I've tried Sandbox VR on many occasions. And Pete, I'm pretty sure you have too, once or twice at least.
yes, I have tried the Sandbox VR on the odd occasion. I haven't tried the newest experience that they have, which is the Squid Game Virtuals.
Yes, I was going to say they've had quite a lot of success following in their Shadow of the Void by bringing licensed IP to their free roaming arcade centers, and Squid Game is obviously the most recent highlight of that. So yeah, I'm happy for Sandbox. I think it's a great news for them.
Exactly, especially as they were almost killed off by the pandemic themselves, weren't they? So they managed to resurge in the last few years, and they're now available in 46 locations. So they've done well for
Fantastic.
themselves. Yeah.
Okay, so moving on, we have a bunch of Quest free accessories now. These are different to the current lineup. They're coming from a company called Razer, who I'm sure many people watching this know.
Well, yes, Razer are a huge accessories company, aren't they, Kev? So, yes, Razer have announced or launched two new accessories, the facial interface and the adjustable head strap system, which rolls off the tongue there, for $70 each. So the facial interface, as we all know, attaches directly to the Quest 3 headset, gives you a nice cushion. There's like air vents in there to try and keep you cool, and essentially just surrounds you so you don't see any of the outside world. Whereas the adjustable head strap, well, sort of the name says it all. It wraps around your head and gives you a nice adjustability to keep you nice and comfortable in VR.
So these two products are called what again, Peter?
The facial interface,
Which is a cushion,
yep, and the adjustable head strap system.
which is a head strap, not a system. But thank you, Razer, for overcomplicating everything. I have used many Razer products in the past, and I think they produce quite, pretty good quality products. Typically, they do have budget entry level project products as well, which are, you get what you pay for. But by and large, they're pretty good. I'm sat here with some Razer devices around me, I'm sure. So can't look at everything right now. But
Uh,
I have many Razer devices, and I'm sure many people watching this do too.
and as a Brucey little bonus, they're $10 cheaper than a Meta's own Elite strap. So, which comes in at $80. There you go.
And also not a favorite amongst the core VR audience.
It has had reliability issues in the past, yes.
So moving on to something which doesn't have reliability issues. Good old Niantic,
Woo.
dominating the AR scene as they were, are now coming with a VR product.
No, exactly. They're most famous for Pokemon Go, and then they created Peridots, which was an AR game. And now, as a spin-off from Peridots, they're launching a Quest 3 exclusive called Hello Dot. Love those names.
So there's no hiding the fact that Niantic is riding on Pokemon Go. It is a phenomenally successful product. I mean, who doesn't love Pokemon? I'm sat here. I don't know if anyone's seen this wearing my Cubone t-shirt. Um, but uh, but but still, that one product is the one that has made them as successful as they have been. They've purchased 8-4 and they have other facilities now for other people to create AR experiences, which is great. But we all know that the Harry Potter spin-off or take on the Pokemon Go formula didn't work. The NBA one wasn't super popular. I think Monster Hunter is doing okay at the minute, but how long before that closes as well? In comparison to Pokemon Go, a lot of these products suffer. Now, I'm not sure how well Peridot is doing, but from what I gather, it's not the all-encompassing world destroyer that Pokemon Go is. So how long, what Niantic support for this will be remains to be seen. However, the more interesting news, perhaps for a lot of people, is that it's Quest 3 exclusive, which means no Quest 2. No.
No, that's it. So you'll get to look after those adorable dot companions just on your Quest 3. So lovely full color mixed reality, hey? So
And forgive me if I'm wrong, but isn't this the third week running we've had a Quest 3 only announcement?
we had Alien Rogue Incursion, and we had the Batman game as well.
So, bye bye my massive stack of Quest 2s.
I don't think they're going anywhere just yet. I don't think you need to worry just at this moment.
Good.
At the end of
Because
the year, 2025, then yeah, just they're paperweights.
yes. Well, I hope they're not going anywhere soon because I literally just spent an entire weekend factory resetting a whole bunch of them, which was not a fun task. I now know the safety instruction video for the start of the Quest 2 like the back of my hand. It's sat through that on many times this weekend. So sticking with MR, we have more AVP, Apple Vision Pro news, as we do every week, seemingly on this podcast. But this one's an interesting one. What if?
What if indeed?
What
Well,
if?
when Apple made all the big announcement about Apple Vision Pro, big part of that was the Disney collaboration, wasn't it? They were going to put lots of Disney stuff in there, and this is one of those partnership deals where they're doing a what if an immersive story exclusive for AVP, and it's going to be like an hour-long interactive, Marvel experience of some sort.
So for people who don't know out there, there is an animated series on Disney Plus called What If, which is essentially taking the stories of very famous Marvel characters and replacing one element to make the story change. For example, in the Captain America episode, I cannot remember Carter, is it Agent Carter?
Mhm.
Um, becomes Captain America instead of Chris Evans. I don't know the character's, can't remember the character's name. But essentially, it is changing one element to create a different story and seeing how the universe pans out differently. It's an interesting concept. I do believe it is quite popular amongst the core Marvel demographic, but hasn't really made it wide outside of that. But then we wouldn't expect it to with this. But what is the issue I see here, which I did point out on my LinkedIn. So I'm sure many of you watching this have already seen it because you all follow me on LinkedIn. Um, the issue we're seeing, I feel about this is that we're very early in the Vision Pro. In the same way that when the original Rift launched, it was very early, and unit sales are going to be very low. So I'm not sure what Disney's expectations are for this, but will a company of that magnitude spending this much money be satisfied seeing 10, 15,000 downloads for a product when they could easily just launch on smartphones or PlayStation 5 and get 50 million?
Well, yeah, exactly that.
So hopefully this isn't a case of, big brands diving in too early and getting burned, as we saw in VR early on. Hopefully this is just simply testing the waters, and expectations for a product like this are low, because mine certainly are.
Well, yes, hopefully they are tempering expectations because Apple hasn't released any firm figures about how many headsets have been released, have they? Or sold, sorry,
Yeah.
not released. So,
So the thing is, of course, even if they have sold 80,000, which I doubt they have, I doubt it's half that, to be frank. But if they have sold 80,000, by fact that this is a product that appeals to a subset of the market, Marvel fans, and also it's likely to come with a not inconsequential price tag, we can determine that the install base for it is going to be a very small percentage of those units sold, or a small percentage, maybe not very small. So I can't possibly see them. Like I say, I think 10,000 it would be a lovely goal for them, personally,
If it's any good,
if it's any good.
maybe a load of rubbish.
I hope it's good. I look forward to trying it. So moving on, we have some rather sad news. Talking about Quest 2 potentially on its way out, we have some sad news for the pioneer that was the Quest 1.
Yes, well, Quest 1 didn't have a long life to begin with, so it's the inevitable news that Beat Saber's multiplayer will no longer be compatible with Quest 1. So at the end of the year, they're they're shuttering it. So from the 2nd of November, you won't be able to play any multiplayer modes on Beat Saber on your Quest 1.
So I have an opinion on this.
I'm sure you do, Kev.
Servers get shut down for games all the time. That's fine. It's not great. We don't really like it, but it happens. But the economy tips at a certain point. We're running the servers, costs more than the product is able to generate in terms of revenue. Servers get shut off. Or if you're a big corporation like Ubisoft or EA, you shut them off whenever you feel like it. But servers getting shut off is entirely different to modes being removed from a product that you have paid for, which when you bought it included that mode.
Now, I will temper that with the fact that it's all because of the version software on Quest. After I think it was version 50, the Quest software has essentially gone, right, we're not updating on Quest 1 anymore, and so quite a few other games have also done this. Synth Riders is one that instantly springs to mind. But yes, you're quite right. You bought a game on Quest 1 and then suddenly you lose half of it.
Yeah, well, I'm totally open to hear everybody else's opinions. Pete and I are in no way developers or publishers or any such. So if you are, please feel free to reach out and tell us that we're wrong. I'd love to hear why we're wrong. Educate us. We've been in this industry for a while. Love to learn more about the other side of it. So if you do want to chat about that or any other issues affecting XR right now, please feel free to reach out on any of the millions of channels that you can reach us on. Everything, basically. Yeah. And hopefully we'll see you again next week.